So good day everybody, how are you? Just having a bit of a wander around a section of our favourite little hunting ground. Section that we don't normally have too much of a look at. So we'll come and have a look at this part here, as we're normally in several other sections. Elizabeth Hilton Rich died in 1865, and it's a rather new plaque on that one, so it's nice to see that even in this old cemetery here people are coming along, descendants, and sort of doing something quite nice for their loved ones. And I've got a K2 with me as well, so if there's any spirit that want to come around, set off the meter, which just did then. We'll see if it keeps going, who knows. Keep an eye on the meter for you, and if it starts we'll see what we can get some communication happening. Here's a nice old one. It's even got the Roman numerals on it. Sacred to Susanna. Got an Elizabeth Marshall over here. I'm just holding my phone. I don't have a gimbal, so I'm going to have to get one day. Might steady up the footage a bit. A little bit of K2 action here. If there's anyone here who'd like to come along and say hi, please do so. Now, there's no power running under the ground here at all, so although we are relatively close to some power lines, so I don't know if it's not really affecting it. George and Jane Fishburne, Stephen, Margaret Jane, Agnes Eliza. Just try and pick out some of the more interesting ones. This is died in, looks like 1830. That's rather early for here. It's in 1864 as well. K2's going a little bit berserk here. Hello. Who's here? Is this you, Grace? No, it's not doing it now. Whoever that was, thanks for showing us that you were here. Oh, it's a little bit more steadier so we can see this. George someone or other. Is that you, George? Every time I put it near the camera, Oh, here we go. Is that you, George? Or is that you, John? There's John over here. Loving memory of John Maisie, accidentally drowned, 1864. The age of 49 years. Is that you? Is that you setting off the meter, John? That's you, John. Thanks for showing us that you're here. It's always a little bit of pot luck as to who you're actually talking to. Some older ones here. This one's dating to 1865. (1889). I do like seeing this wrought iron stuff. I reckon it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, over time, these things break off. But pretty cool. Well, now that's interesting. A couple of interesting ones over there, but we'll just follow the girls around. They wanted to come for a walk, so I said, where do you want to go? And they said, let's go to cemetery. That's normal for us. We've got a couple of lovely cemeteries out in our area, and they're certainly worth walking through. Now this area up here, just ahead of us, you see a nice big bushy tree there. We're coming through here the first time I came to this cemetery, and there was a little boy. We came in the dead of night, and there was a little boy running around in spirit, and he was playing hide and seek with us. He was ducking behind the headstones. I was chasing him around for a little bit. A couple of broken ones. Dad, anything interesting? There's a wooden one. That's okay. I won't film you. James Yates. John. Fanny Yates. I wonder if they're a family of somebody I know in the area. Okay. Interesting. Anybody here want to say hello? Come with a lot of respect. We love this old place. Love all the old ironwork. You've probably seen us here quite a few times filming. It's okay, I won't film you. Who'd you find? This one's caved in a little bit. Loving memory of Mary Ann Davy died March 1867, 26 years. He died young in those days. It was all the time of the new settlers to Ballarat, time of the Eureka Stockade. And basically Ballarat grew up on a tent city. And so the nearest main town, Melbourne, in car these days is an hour and 20 minutes away, an hour and a half away, and you can imagine what it would have been on horseback, or even by Cobb and Co. In those days they had a Cobb and Co coach. I'm not getting too many hits on the K2 around this area, but that's okay, because you know, sometimes you come to a place and you get a lot of hits on the K2, and other times you won't. Depends on who's around at the time. The spirit don't generally stay in cemeteries. As you can see, there's a lot of houses around here, so they'd like to explore some of the houses. They move around a bit, you know. A lady by the name of Florence died in 1856. Now this is a little bit, you see the spikes on this. Perhaps this is the version of the vampire graves or something, the Australian version. It's like little arrow things and the spikes all over it. Certainly wants to keep something in. Now, I've been through this section before several times but never really filmed in it, so I thought we'll just come through this section here. And we've got Beth and Carla running around the cemetery, having a bit of a look around. And the child is very needy. Come this way, come this way. Couple of nice big ones here. Let's have a quick look at. Sacred to the memory of John White, John Alexander, Joseph, Mary and Charles White. And they came from Scotland. You find around here there's a lot of people that came from Ireland and Scotland, England. Look at all this wrought iron. It's just amazing stuff. Okay, so I've got the S-Box going. Oh, hello. Anyone who wants to say hello, please do so. My name's Rick. Come with a lot of respect. If you can, try to speak clearly through this little radio device I've got here, just to tell me your name. Didn't quite get that. Could you tell me again? So my name's Rick. Come with a lot of respect. If there's anyone about who wants to say hello, please do so. Not too sure what that said. It's quite a big one. Got what? Got something. Some quite good headstones here. Do any of you own these headstones? Can you call out your name for me? Maybe we can find you. Emma? Did you say your name was Emma? Shall we look out for an Emma? If there's anyone here who likes to call out their name for me, who will try and find your grave. Got a Jane here. We've got a George. And Isabella. And this one belongs to Thomas Stoddard. And Thomas Stoddard. Do you know who Thomas Stoddard is? Do you know what he did? Do you know he made some statues? He put them in the garden. Have you seen his statues in the Botanic Gardens? We did. Or was that weird? I know this whole process is weird, isn't it? Trying to talk through a radio. Just once again. Hiya. Once again, can you call out your name for me? Can you tell me if I'm coming close to your grave? We've got a Mary Ellen here. Alright, thank you for talking to me. Is there anything you'd like to say before I turn it off? Don't stop. Do you want me to keep going? I'll turn it off for a minute. So thank you for talking to me. There you go. It's starting to get a little bit darker now. Still got a little bit of light. This is the grave of Charlie Taylor. We quite often speak to him in person. He always seeks out Beth. Are you there? Was that higher?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't hear him. You got some flowers, mate?
With higher hum or something.
Yeah. So there's Charlie, there's Beverly, and there's another Charlie.
So if you'd like to come through, Charlie, for us on this little radio device. That'd be cool. Can you tell us your name?
Can you sing for me? Come on, sing for it.
You used to do a lot of singing. You used to do a lot of acting. Yep, and poetry too. Can you tell us a poem? What was that?
I can't hear him. Do you think that when I pass over Charlie, my body should turn into a tree? You like that idea?
There's something about you still living.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. You got to keep on living, I think it said.
Crappy day today.
What do you reckon, Charlie? She got to keep on living? Got a long way to go yet? There's a few voices in the background.
Well, there's a few of them. This is his whole family.
Yeah, this is quite a big grave, this one.
Charlie, can we talk to Annie? Is Annie here?
I might turn this off.
You there, Charlie? You gone quiet on me, bud? You've been following me around, me and Carla around tonight. Back. You were holding me up yesterday. You had your hand on my back. Change. Yeah, we can hear you. Can you yell out my name? You're better with the K2, aren't you? Can you make the K2 go to the yellow, mate? Can you make the K2 go to the yellow? You're better with the K2. Yeah, we don't have the dog with us. We lost Cruiser 2 years ago. We're getting another one though.
Next.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year we get a new one. We miss him too. You met Cruiser a long time ago, didn't you?
Work.
Yeah, he'll be a working dog. He help.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Beth? Amazing. She is.
Even I heard that one.
Sometimes it's a bit hard to hear what it's actually saying, but sometimes it comes through clear.
You think it's amazing that I can talk to you?
She's pretty good, eh?
K2's coming off again. You're better with the K2, aren't you? Crap.
Okay, can you light up the K2 as much as possible?
Yep.
Yep.
Eric.
I'm thinking you don't really need to. You got this thing now.
He doesn't need to because I can hear him.
Yeah.
I know I can hear you, Charlie, but everybody else can't.
Well, thanks for talking to us. Thanks, Charlie.
You gonna walk me down to the gates?
Good on you, Charlie.
You gonna walk me to the gates?
Always a pleasure.
Walk. Yep. Talk to you. Turn it off. Thank you.
Charlie here is one that always turns up on Beth's
He
around.
knows when I'm coming.
He likes having a chat to Beth.
He's not sure about your vape at the moment.
Yeah, I was wandering through last night and I was having a bit of a vape and he wasn't too sure on
smoking bubble gum.
that. Yeah. Oh, it's a blueberry vape.
Yeah, it smells like covered bubble. Still thinks it'll kill you though, that's what he's telling me.
Yep.
I found a ruler in here last night. That was a weird one.
It would have been from the workmen
Yeah, it would have been.
renovating this thing here.
Yeah? Yeah, I've had a rough day today.
Can you light that up for us again?
Just one more so everybody knows you're there, sir. Come without a due respect.
No, wants to be quiet.
He's just doing his job.